I thought that was cool. Did you like that?
Yeah, no, it's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Oh, I'm the one. I forget that I'm the one doing the intro. You did the countdown, so I got super confused. Hi, everybody. Hey, how's it going? That's it's a long time no see. You come here often? Um, you know, you have beautiful eyes today. Not talking to you, Jack. I'm talking to the audience.
Yeah, I have ugly eyes.
I disagree. I've met you IRL. Don't talk yourself down, Mister.
I have horrific ugly eyes.
I'm gonna punch
Nobody
you.
knows this.
I'm gonna.
Behind the glasses, it's there's no like iris or pupil. It's just pure blackness.
I'm going to punch you, and then you'll have a black eye, and then your eyes will be actually horrible. Stop talking mean
Aw.
about my friend. You're a
I'm just
wonderful
lying
person.
about my appearance.
Yeah, and you're being mean about it. You don't have horrible eyes.
But I know it's a lie. I will not eat glue. Let's lock in.
Okay, yeah, let's lock in. Sorry, audience, no more flirting. Anyways, hi, my name is Jade slash Mega Marine, and I am here for this tavern at 12 FPS playing Jade. And I have with me a wonderful, lovely, amazing, uh, loves a lot of things that I hate, and yet I appreciate them for them because they take it over. They take it over. They take over for me.
Howdy, I'm the unfortunate seer. Uh, no, I'm not. I'm the jackal. Uh, I desperately want to eat one of the pieces of paper on my desk, but I won't because I'm a brave boy. I'm playing headlights today.
And how old is Headlights?
He's 30. I need to schedule that with Chloe.
It's so funny to me that he's 30. Um, so yeah, do you want to set the scene?
I do. So I guess this is a half summer semester, because it's summer right now
Mm-hmm.
in my house.
Uh-huh.
Um, of course, summer is completely in my house. Um, I'm locked in. And it's a half semester because we are in the middle of our final presentations. And our presentations are super fun. Headlights went, okay, I need you to lecture for me. Pick something that I went over in class. I want you to delve deeper into it. Find something that you didn't know before. Teach that to the class. You're done. You get an A. If you only do surface level, what I already covered in class, you're going to get a C. And if you do nothing at all, you're going to get an F. They've had a couple weeks to work on this, and one of Headlight's students, Mr. Stotzen, if I'm remembering my cameo correctly, a couple weeks ago, came in and said, "Hey, Headlights, can I get an extension?" And Chloe said, "No, I'm gonna eat you. I'm the dean." And Headlights said, "What she said, I guess." So Mr. Stotzen did not get an extension, but he's been super confident and chill about this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, which is good because we have a special guest in the class today. Headlights gave the students a heads up at like the beginning of the week. Like, hey, just so you know, we're going to have a special guest sitting in on our final presentations. I think it's a great opportunity for you guys to network. He'll be able to add in some stuff that I personally cannot add in because, as you guys know, I specialize in biology. This special guest specializes in tune studies. It's going to be a great time. Don't panic.
I can actually mention
You've got this in the bag.
They specifically specialize in tune magic and how that affects how they're made and stuff like that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
We were really struggling in the evolution chapter, differentiating, because it really should be split into 2 chapters. You've got him on a tirade now. I'm so sorry. Um, going through real kind evolution versus toon kind evolution. You guys have no idea how awkward it is to start going over toon dinosaur fossils when one of your students is a T-Rex.
Yeah, I can tell that. We don't really have that issue, especially because technically dinosaurs are like you have real kind dinosaurs that still exist. I'd love to talk more headlights after the probably after the presentations.
Yes, of course. Thank you again for being here. And I guess we're cold opening.
Yeah.
Headlights is going to. I imagine he's at his desk, and he looks at his laptop, and he goes, "Okie dokie." And Mr. Stoutson, you did volunteer to go first today?
I did. Phineas has now walked into the back of the class and is now sitting at one of the tops. I'm imagining one of those like college classrooms where it's like descending seats and a podium at the very bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course I did. Yes, I did.
Would you like to do a small flashback scene?
Yeah.
Let's get some context in here.
I think Jade doesn't look like Jade currently. Is in the market somewhere. They're walking around, sending around like a shadier area of the market. Talking to somebody, just talking to like a random individual and just saying like, so I can fit you in on Tuesday if you want. So you don't want to meet your in-laws, right? That's the whole thing. Sure. I can have dinner. Free food, I guess, will be part of the payment, and like 10 gold, sure. And another person walks by. Jade is essentially taken. When people don't want to do a thing, they'll turn into them and be there for that. And so I'm imagining just whoever this Mr. Odin, you said?
Stoutson.
Oatson?
Stoutson is a cartoon weasel. Your typical rich kid.
Oh,
and
good.
I imagine as he's coming up to Jade, he is so panicked. And he's like, you're the changer one, right? You can be people?
You see Jade like push their hat up a little bit and shift. They're wearing a very large cloak, so their skin can barely be seen. And they change into Mr. Stutson. Right, so
Awesome. That is fantastic. I really could use somebody to go to my class on Friday. 50 gold if you don't ask any questions. I just need you to go into my lecture hall and be there for me.
Please, you're not the first kid who wants to go out on a party and learn one of your classes. Sure.
Awesome. And big dramatic toony handshake.
Now Mr. Tsutson is sitting in the classroom, sweating beads. I'm going to
and headlights will. Don't panic. It's only 60% of your final grade.
Why am I patent? Yeah, I'm just thinking like, right. Yeah, sure, I can do this, Mr. Headlights. I think we should have a small little flashback to the very start of the class when they first walked in. I think Stutson came in first, like super early, just to be like sure, whatever. This will be easy. And sat in the back of the class, um, waiting. And I think I would like to imagine that Professor Headlights came in last, still on time, but you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So uh, Mr. Stutson is still like having like a little bit of breakfast. They have a like a granola bar, maybe like a glass of orange juice that they're having, just like sitting there, looking away from the door. And then Professor Headlights coming in, and it's the biggest spit take.
One of the tunes sitting next to you shoots you a dirty look, dripping with orange juice.
Hello, Headlights, Professor.
Uh, Good morning, Stotson. Like I've said before, I really would prefer that you call me Professor Headlights instead of just my first name.
Right, right. Ugh. And back to the normal scene. Hmm. Right. Well, I sent my presentation earlier. Yes.
Let me double check my emails. And a long period of scrolling as you stand in front of the entire classroom.
Yep. Jade is just going to look down at like the materials that they were given this the day before. Just looking through the backpack.
If I may,
Yeah.
I think in your backpack is an apple,
Uh huh.
the money for you to be paid. And thank God there's a binder.
Yeah.
And if you open that binder, it's completely empty.
Oh, this motherfucker.
Yep, Stotson, I'm not seeing your presentation. Do you want to email it me? Email it to me again? I might have gotten lost in transit.
I don't have my phone today. I think I can. I think I can. Actually, I think I can wing it. Yeah, I can wing this. They're saying they're not talking like Stetson usually does.
Okay, Mr. Stotson, I'm going to pretend that I did not hear you say out loud that you were making this up as you go.
Oh, I almost want to say the cat's out of the bag. Professor Headlights, can I talk to you outside the classroom?
Uh, sure. Right after your presentation.
This really cannot wait.
Uh, like I said at the beginning of the semester, if you have to use the restroom, you can just leave.
I would prefer to talk to you outside.
I want to give you the hardest time in the world so I can make you do a presentation.
Yeah, no, I do. Oh, fine. Presentation. Presentation. Yes? Yes. So, um, hello everyone. Mr. Stetson. First name Mr. Last name Stetson. Um, you said they were a tune, right?
They are a tune. They are a cartoon weasel.
Cartoon Weasel. Fantastic. Um, Toon biology is a very interesting subject. of course. Do you have one of those like old timey like picture like thingies where like they would have a transparent thing where you could draw on it and it would put it onto the screen?
Oh, we can. I think that would be lovely. It's been so many years since I've seen one of those. We used to put shapes on those.
Yeah, same here. Um, so I think Mr. Stetson just like looks around and just sees a bit of equipment uh over there and just like, right. So, tomb biology, yes, and they're gonna go over it and bring it forward and set it up on the pull down whiteboard thingy. Uh,
Headlights takes notes of something.
so, as you can see, um, I am a tune, uh, much like many of you are tunes, and um, our biology specifically is very, very different. Oh boy. I'm trying to think how Jade. Let me see. I want to see something. Hold on.
You can roll something.
Yeah, I would like not to roll. I would like to not roll history or like arcana to like do something. I would like to roll performance to baffle them with my bullshit, if you get what I mean. Because if you can't impress them with your
I will
intelligence,
let you do that.
yeah,
That'd be funny as hell.
that's a 15 plus 11.
Okay, yeah. Make some shit up.
Yeah, right. I think Jade gets a little marker, does a little spin on the hand, and puts it down on the paper and just says, "There's a vast major difference between tunes and real kind that we can see just in general as we look around us. I mean, Mr. Hawthorne here himself is a real kind and draws a little picture of Mr. Hawthorne, while meanwhile, your headlights is a professor, correct, or tune?
Headlights is a tune, yes.
Okay. Our professor himself is themselves is a tune. We can see vast major differences just by looking at them, even if they are slightly different races. We have tunes in the audience that are human in general, matching. This is Mr. Stetson technically generalizing. Technically, Phineas Hawthorne is a half elf, but it's fine. Um, who are humans themselves.
Close enough.
Hmm? Yeah, close enough.
Meat Jackal saying close enough.
Yeah. A lot of people will mention that toon biology comes from imagination, from what we've learned. Um, Tunes are created usually not through the same methods as real kind, um, but can be in general, and have changed to physically manifest the world around them in the sense of a tune is able to have much more pull over a place than most real kinds even can. Um, it's an interesting dichotomy and something that's not seen in a lot of places outside the world. This is Jade pulling from. Actually, this is great. I can actually use Jade's knowledge here. For example, in places outside of Einquell, there are similar effects that can occur. Places like Kestro have musicals and such, where real kind, not just tunes. I have seen it happen here in Einquell, but will be pulled into a sort of, I don't want to say a puppet string, but more of like they're pulled to participate in events for tunes that can be stories, and in Castro, that would be song. Um, Places like theater will have theater have people speak loudly uh, about their emotions and such. Um, the world we live in of itself, is extremely unique because the creatures we are influence the world itself. And each place that we exist in, um, from my quote to Castro to theater, um, have different. Um, they've been drawing the whole time as they're doing this, by the way. Have different manifest over the world itself. Buruma, in of itself, is the closest we can get to a full tune, real kind community that has seen a close merger. This has become a culture talk now instead of a biological talk. Um, and remembering that Jade pulls in, which means we have the existence of things like half tunes and quarter tunes, or just full tune kind being born to real kind, and vice versa. Um, it's interesting to see the different uh, pulls and such that can manifest, that people can manifest over the world itself. Whew. Whew. Okay. Should I make another roll? How am I doing so far?
You can. Headlights will raise his hand.
Yeah, sure. Yes, Professor?
You have mentioned half tunes and quarter tunes. Would you mind doing a short demonstration? I do see that you're drawing. Could you show us a Punnett square of how tune genetics can pass down to offspring? You can make as many as you need to.
Of course. Um, Time to roll. I think for this one, because it's something so specific, it's not performance. We're not baffling bullshit. We have to actually use our knowledge. Both history and
I think
arcana
so.
are both +0. Actually, would this be medicine or nature?
Um, this is a Punnett square. Hmm. Do you want to do a straight intelligence?
Straight intelligence? That's great. That's even worse. That's actually the worst option you could have picked. Congratulations. Anyways,
Yippee!
that's an 8 plus -7 or -1, so a 7.
God, I thought you were gonna stick with -7. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Um, Punnett. I don't think Jade knows what a Punnett square is. Like, to be fair, Jade is not a person of science, and like was not taught in the same way that like Toonkind are here. So it's more of like, I don't even know what the fuck a Punnett square is. That's beyond my knowledge. Okay. Okay. Person intelligence, baffles them with bullshit. Sure. Um, right. Real kind, tune kind, half tunes, and quarter tunes are a great example of biological mixing. Uh, Despite our major differences in how much pull uh, tunes and real kind have over the world itself, they still can create many different variations. I think Jade will just draw a square because they don't know what a Punnett square is, and will just write real kind. Like, they'll do 4 different squares but separated, and they'll do real kind, tune kind, half tune, quarter tune. Um, they're not even connected in any way, shape, or form.
Just labeling them.
Yeah, it's just labeling them. Um, they're gonna reach down for a little water bottle. It just drink some water. Professor Headlights, how long were these presentations again?
I need them to be at least 15 minutes. You're doing great. You're at 7.
Great. Great. Um,
Sorry.
no, it's all good. From our
Another part of your presentation, you were talking about how tunes influence the world around us. Could you go into the law that refers to and give us a brief definition?
I'm going to roll an actual history check for this because I'm sure somebody's mentioned this in the tavern somewhere. The rule of funny. That's an 11. I think Jade has heard it, but definitely is just kind of guessing what it means.
Awesome.
So, um, right. Tunes are bound by a thing known as a law of sorts known as the rule of funny. And they're kind of looking out of the corner of their eye to see if, like, any reaction from headlights.
Headlights kind of gestures for them to continue.
Okay. Right. Rule of funny. So, it is a law that states, and say they've been giving the point of have influence over the world. Any tunes can do a lot of different things, from known as jokes and gags, and have the ability to pull stuff from their hammer space that can sometimes be useful, sometimes detrimental. Um, and that is essentially what the rule of funny means. It's that influence to make people laugh. Um,
Just for clarification, are you explaining that tunes control the rule of funny, or does the rule of funny control the tune?
uh, Gulp, pulling at their shirt. Um, if I may, actually, I'd love to do something.
Sure, go for it.
I think at this point, a small little ferret has crawled down from the stairs and snuck its way, and uh, snuck into the bag that climbed up the little metal cage that has gone and drug into the bag for the apple. This is Phineas's ferret, by the way. Um, and so now you just begin to see a little bit of movement coming from the backpack. Well, you see, uh, I, I think, and they take a step forward, and their bag gets caught um, on the what do you call it? Fucking trolley. Um, and they trip over, and so out of their backpack, you just see a little ferret doing that little, like, funny voice in slow motion. Like, the whole world turns to a little bit of slow motion as the like super. You know when the balls are coming down, that little video of the ferret looking at all of the balls
Oh,
from
I
behind them.
love that video.
Yeah, just looking around with an app, like holding onto an apple. Um, before landing on like a small cup on the desk. The apple lands perfectly on top of it, and the little ferret like sprinkles up and becomes like a little dollop of cream on it.
Awesome.
Oop, Scrunkly, get back here! Don't interrupt the presentations.
Don't please do not worry about it.
I feel
I
it's
have forgotten his name.
Scrunkly. Oh,
The
Phineas?
man's
Oh,
name. I'm so
Phineas,
sorry.
Phineas.
Please don't worry about it, Mr. Phineas. This was actually a fantastic demonstration of the rule of funny. Whatever you expect to happen when involving tunes is not going to happen due to the gag. This is a fantastic example of humor being the driving force between a tune's environment and how that interacts with the tune. As Mr. Stotzen was focused on his presentation and ideally imagining this to go smoothly and objectively boringly, something is bound to happen to throw off the presentation because tunes are impacted by the rule of funny. Very rarely can we actually manipulate the rule of funny. Hammer space is a fantastic example of this also. When you are looking for an item, there is a fantastic chance that you will have what we refer to as a hammer space fumble, in which you will not receive the item that you expect. But in order to keep the joke intact, many occasions you will receive the item that you're looking for. Uh, this refers to another aspect of the rule of funny that we call expect the unexpected.
Right.
Sorry, Mr. Stotzen, I got carried away.
No, it's all right. I hope it's perfectly fine. If you wanted to keep talking, please do.
I'm afraid the longer I talk, that is not going to add to your time.
Great. Um. Well, as you can see, that was a live example. Totally meant to do that. And they pull on. I'm imagining they're wearing like a little tie, like a little fancy outfit because you said they were kind of rich, so it's like the like a little pompous outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they just kind of pull on that. Oh, um. Right. How much time do I have?
You are at 11 minutes. If you can wrap things up in 4, I will let you go.
Great. So, as you can see from what Professor Headlights explained, uh, yes, the rule of funny is what binds us, and we are, for the most part, beholden to it. Um, it definitely is. Whether that is said to be more than likely the rule of funny from what Jade can pull together, they're kind of it's kind of spitting out of their own ass with this, but they're saying we know for the most part that uh, the rule of funny follows tunes instead of being a part of the land itself. Um, we know this because places like Ruma, as well as tunes who have lived in places outside of Angkor, who still are somewhat beholden to the rules of funny. Um, it is interesting to say the least that it is a somewhat of a disadvantage biologically, but it seems to have pulled forward tunes technologically compared to the rest of the world. Um, gags allow for fast travel distance, for uh, instant teleportation from place to place using cutaways. Jade is trying to remember stuff they've experienced. Uh, um, some some would say that while I called it as its advantage at first, I would say that the rule of funny is our greatest advantage. It's what has made us here in Anquil the uh the, the word I'm actually escaping the word. Me, Jade is saying the word. Um, technological uh part of the world, aside from places like space, which aliens can come from. Um, compared,
Fantastic. Does anyone have any questions?
I think Phineas will raise their hand.
Awesome.
You seem to know a lot about the world from outside of Einquell. Are you from outside, or have you visited a lot of places? Uh, I feel as though Professor Headlights should know their students and know that they kind of just they're definitely not well traveled.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. But Stetson will just say, yes, I've been to places like Castro and Faruma and all over. So I've been able to see some of these places myself, which is why I decided to bring them up during my presentation.
Alrighties. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Stotzen. I will go ahead and email you your critique, and final grades will be posted at the end of the week. Let's take a short recess. We can have that conversation now. Miss Cupid, and Headlights turns towards a cherub in the corner who has a container covered in a cloth. And he gives her a hard look, and he says, "Do not release love bugs in my lecture hall." Before going outside.
Whew. Great. Mr. Stetson will step outside, um, following Professor Headlights. Are they just immediately outside the door?
I imagine so, yeah.
Would you say there's another lecture hall right across from them?
Yeah, sure. It can be empty.
Great. Can we head in there?
Yep.
I think the moment that uh, Stetson pulls open, you see them turn back into Jade and just say, "Never make me do that again." Holy shit.
Headlights is caught off guard, I think. I'll roll something. Performance, I guess?
Since when are you a professor?
15. He's pretty decently put together. I've been working here most of the summer. I started this summer. Why are you in my classroom? Why are you Mr. Stotzen?
Your Lord Almighty, your student paid me money to be there for their class. I didn't know we were giving
Wow,
out presentations.
That adds up, actually. Right, so Mr. Stotzen is going to fail.
Thank goodness. Honestly, I'm keeping the gold anyways. Fuck him.
Yeah, I need to maintain my professional opinion. This is not out of the ordinary for Mr. Stotzen. You did great for what it's worth.
Oh yeah? What
That
grade?
wasn't a Punnett square.
I don't know what a Punnett square is.
you did not get all into the spontaneous generation
It's not exactly something
that
that
is
I'm.
common in tunes.
It's not exactly something that I know. Again, I know the I don't want to say traditional. I know the real kind way of making children. I don't know the tune way for the most part.
Thank you for not presenting that in my classroom.
Yeah. Well, you said tune biology, so I was a little bit hesitant. I didn't want to give a sex ed class. Point is,
Yeah, no, we're not rated for that.
right. What grade would I get? Actually, I'm curious.
I'm gonna roll another performance. 13. Headlights looks away.
Insight.
I should roll a deception,
Yeah, I rolled deception.
actually.
Yeah, I rolled deception. I rolled my insight. I'm keeping this roll.
15.
That's a 20. 30. I have a +6 to insight.
Okay. Headlights looks away and does not make eye contact. Well, I mean, you would get some points for
Just tell me if I.
effort.
Lord Almighty, just tell me if I failed.
Significantly.
Oh, great.
The
Good.
amount of misinformation that you had in that presentation was astounding.
I mean,
Really.
to be.
But all my other students are going to feel so much better.
I hope you grade on a curve. Oh.
Not for Mr. Stotzen.
Yeah, I imagine. Right.
You would be welcome to sit in on my lectures sometime if you would like to.
Honestly, you're
I
not
mean,
the.
it is a public university.
I didn't know you were a professor here. I probably would have actually just stepped inside as one of your other students had I known, because I think it would be hilarious to watch you teach. But not that you're a bad teacher. You seem to actually be a pretty good teacher. Um, I've
Oh, his little blush.
have I. Let's just say this is not the first student I've taken. I don't think any from your.
Fair
I
enough.
don't think any other from your classroom, and client confidentiality. Um, except for Mr. Tetson. Fuck him. I am. I'm going to ask for double next time. Actually, there's not going to be a next time.
How much? How much did he pay you?
50 gold, no questions asked.
Oh, well, that's the trouble. If somebody says no questions asked, you know it's going to be more difficult than it seems.
Yeah, usually when it's a student, they're just wanting to get out of a party. I would have charged them 5 gold, or they want to get out of a class to go to a party.
I mean, I guess this is a strange time for finals. I'm doing 2 classes this semester, so it's a half semester for Toon Biology, and then an entirely different class for Toon Evolution, which I am very excited to get into. It is really fascinating stuff. His sparkly eyes, he's about to get on a tirade.
I didn't know you enjoyed this stuff so much.
I love biology, especially here. It is so different than what I'm used to. And if I may,
Yeah.
before you can get any context on that, there is a scream from the lecture hall.
Uh. Okay. Back to Mr. Stutson. Yeah, we're running in there.
Headlights is not actually. Headlights is cracking the door and peeking in.
What's happening? Because Phineas is still in there, so I can do stuff.
100 love bugs.
I
Right, right. I shouldn't have said anything. And he shuts the door again and locks it.
think from inside you're hearing like spell casting. Specifically, oh, here we go. Students, Ah, fuck, I'm gonna have to cast this. Keep them away from me. Actually, no, wait, I'm real kind. They can't affect me. And they just Phineas is going to sit down, um, on the floor. Like you see Phineas sitting down on the floor, casting some sort of spell. And in about a minute, you see Lemon's tiny hut be set up.
Lemon's tiny hut.
Yeah. Any real kind
I've
student?
never heard of this spell.
You've never heard of Lemon's tiny hut?
No, Lemon's tiny hut.
Yeah, hold on. Let me send you a screenshot. Yeah, it's a
Yippee!
it's a spell that essentially creates an 8-hour bubble that you can choose who can enter and who can leave. And you essentially can sleep in it. It's temperaturely controlled by you and all of that stuff.
Fantastic.
All of the real kind students pull the Toon kind students.
Quarantine zone.
Yeah. All of the real kind students put the Toon kind students inside of the bubble. I made it so the love bugs can be in here. And you just see a bunch of students being dragged in. And you just
Thank
see.
you, Mr. Phineas. From outside.
No worries, I can handle this.
I'm calling campus security.
You see from inside, Phineas take out from inside the Cleveland Tiny Hut. Phineas take out a giant, very intricate box from the inside of their jacket, and pull their arm into it really far, like further than they usually be able to do, and begin pulling out what is essentially like a little Toon-kind robot that's way bigger than the box. And he's
Awesome.
casting Summon Construct.
Awesome.
It's all right. I believe I have something that should be able to capture them. And he sends it out into capture the love bugs.
Awesome.
Oh, and he casts no, Summon Construct is concentration. Okay, never mind. I can't cast enlarge / reduce. All right. Well, so that's what Phineas is doing.
I think a single love bug kind of squeezes out from under the door, and Headlights locks in on it, and I'm going to roll an attack to stomp it with his hooves.
Think Jade would also roll an attack. And they're going to roll
stomp with our hooves.
Well, they're actually going to roll with their hold on, inventory. The Rose Thorn Needle.
I don't have unarmed strike easily accessed, so I rolled with Headlights Club.
I just want to let you know that I rolled a natural 20.
I also rolled a natural 20. This bug is obliterated.
So, can I say, yeah, I rolled a nat 20 on my Zelda dice for 22 damage as well. Well, no, I rolled 22 damage. I rolled an 11, so it's 22 damage. So I'm imagining Stotson like pull out like from their like jacket, which doesn't look like it should be there, like an actual like rapier that looks like it's made out of vines, and like quickly turn it around, stab it on the floor on the love bug, and I imagine Headlights just stomps on it as like just grabbing it by the very edge of the tail of the heart.
Awesome.
I think you might need to reschedule the presentations.
Yep, we will. Oh. And he's going to... First, he's going to call campus security. And I think a bunch of people in hazmat suits just show up. And then he's going to start typing an email on his phone to a Mr. Stotson that explains that final presentations must be rescheduled due to an incident. Mr. Stotson is absolutely welcome to go first next week.
Good, so he has to actually make a presentation. Oh, that's funny.
Yes, he does.
Ugh.
Well, it was a pleasure to have you in class.
It was a pleasure to the lecture, I guess.
Uh, I am going to get decontaminated just in case any of them,
Yeah, don't bring that back.
snuck on by.
Don't bring that back to the tavern.
Yeah, no, that would be a nightmare. Headlights offers a handshake.
Yeah. By the time the hazmating is over and they've collected all the love bugs, I think Phineas comes back out and just says, "Okay, I believe they're done in there. Professor Headlights, it was lovely to meet you. I'd love to sit down and actually discuss some of the stuff we talked about. I have some papers I'd love to give you to read."
I would very much enjoy that. I need to be decontaminated, but you have my email. I would love to schedule a meeting sometime.
Right, computers. They pull out a phone from their pocket. They not a phone actually. They pull out a, oh my god, what is it called in AI? This is where Phineas is from. Um, it's a device that is convenient. What is it called? Not plot
Liz is
device.
yelling
Plot
plot
device.
device.
Plot device. Yes, it's they pull out a plot device, which is just a cell phone, and
Awesome.
you see them trying to look and like they are not good at this. They just recently got one.
Good for them.
Uh,
Oh,
right.
right. You're going to click on. Do you see that picture of the mail?
If I wanted a mail, I'd go somewhere else, sir. There's no mails in my
It's
phone.
it's just an icon. It's a picture because email, electronic mail. It's
Oh, do you
like a
mean
symbol.
like the post? Yes.
Yes. Click on that.
Okay. Yes.
All right, and if you click on that top box, a keyboard should pop up, and you can just start typing in my name, and it should automatically fill it out for you.
Gotcha. All right. I'll send you that email. I guess I can take pictures, can't I? This thing. I'll send a picture of
You
the.
can take pictures.
I'll send a picture of uh, the papers. Yes. All right. Well, you have a good one. Um, and
I look forward to it. Thank you so much.
before they leave, you see Scrunkly climb down from the uh, or climb onto their arm from underneath the sleeve of the jacket and offer you a blueberry.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know where he gets them from. He has his own little hammer space. Anyways, have a good one.
You too. Headlights is going to eat that blueberry.
Yeah, it's good. It's blueberry.
Right. I'll see you back at the tavern, Jade.
Yeah,
They're going to put me in the box.
have fun.
And I think as he says this, the people in hazmat suits just grab him and drag him away.
Hop, 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 hop. Lord Almighty. Right. So who's the next student? Vanessa in biology. Got it. And they're gonna head out somewhere else in the university.
Awesome. I think that's a great place to end it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jade. That was so fun.
What a funny FPS. That was great.
Thank you, listeners, past, present, and future. I adore you. I spin you like those little fairies that fly into the air.
Yeah. I spin you and then I swing you all
Goodbye,
into
listeners.
I swing you all into the sun.
Goodbye, listeners.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
You're blasting off again.
Goodbye.
And I'm stopping the recording. Bye.